A wife is killed. By nature, the investigation initially starts with the husband and then moves outwards. What happens when the husband has an alibi? Should the investigation instantly look elsewhere? What happens if the husband has an alibi, but he seems incredibly guilty? My name is Jeff, aka GCurse. Welcome to another installment of Black Site Files from Unsolved Mysteries. In this installment, we'll be hearing about the case of Marilu Geri. This case first aired on the December 21st, 1988 episode of Unsolved Mysteries. Besides the case that involved Wendy Camp, Cynthia Britto, and Lisa Kregear, this is one of the few cases I can look at the husband and say to myself, yeah, I believe that the husband did it. Okay, let's switch over. So we have the case information here. The victim's name was Marilu Geri. Marilu had no nicknames. Marilu was born on September 10th, 1952. She was 33 years of age as of her death. If Marilu was alive, she would have been 72 years old. The location of the incident was Houston, Texas. This case is classified as unexplained death. The date of her death was February 14th, 1986. You can find this on YouTube, Season 1, Episode 12, and the original episode air date was December 21st, 1988. I'm going to be honest, I kind of said this with the Matthew Chase case also. It's just me, but you're telling me they could not have held off to air this case till after the holidays? Because whereas Matthew Chase, he disappeared and the video was aired before his remains were located, Marilu Geri was dead. You know, like they knew she was dead. She was shot and everything. You're telling me you could not hold off such a traumatic video for the family until after the holidays? No, to me, nothing says happy holidays about more than, hey, here's a video of your loved one being shot. You know, it's like, to me, it's sometimes the producers of Unsolved Mysteries have the worst fucking timing when they release these cases. You're telling me that you could not put together a few feel-good pieces for the holidays? You literally had to go about and literally air a case that is traumatic to the family of Marilu Geri. Yeah, I understand Marilu's family is probably they were okay with it, I'm pretty sure. But to me, I just can't help but think that there are just some lines you may not want to cross when it comes to the holidays. You know, holidays are meant to really bring the family together. But you're literally showing a video regarding the death of a loved one. I just think that this could have been held off until like mid January. You know, just give it the holidays a week to pass. My God, you know, like what is wrong with just doing something more positive for the holidays? But you know, that's just me. That's just me. So when I return after these commercials, we're going to get right onto this case.
Double Dragon 2, The Revenge. Raw power for your NES. 9 incredible missions. 2-player simultaneous action. Double Dragon 2 from Acclaim. The best action game ever.
Okay, everybody, welcome back. If you are new to this series, this is basically where I will go to the Unsolved Mysteries wiki, and I will read to you the case of whatever's being profiled. For example, today I'm going to be reading the case of Marilu Geri, and I'm going to see if there's been any updates since I last covered this case on Unsolved Mysteries commentary back in like 2020. It's been almost 5 years since I covered this case, and let's see if there's been any updates, shall we? So let's do this. There we go, and let's actually move my camera. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, there we go. Okay, so Marilu Geri. Her real name was Marilu Geri, or Jury, however you want to pronounce it. I like pronouncing it Shirai, but maybe me, like. Anyway, no nicknames. The location was Houston, Texas. The date was February 14th, 1986. Now, this is going to be a slightly long case that I'm going to read. So you may see some breakups in the video. I'm just going to take a quick breather to get a drink of water, and then I'll continue. So let's continue on, shall we? Okay, here's also enlarge. Okay, there we go. At 10:06 a.m. on Valentine's Day, 1986. Oh, Jesus Christ! What the fuck was? I didn't even realize that it was on Valentine's Day. They probably said it just didn't register with me though. Holy shit! A 33-year-old affluent Houston resident named Marilu Geri was discovered shot 4 times in her home and rushed to the hospital where she died of her injuries. Soon after. Her parents believed that she was killed by her husband, Stephen Geri. He is adamant that he is not involved in claims to have a minute-by-minute alibi for the morning of his crime. Now, to those who are curious, like I said, I did an Unsolved Mysteries commentary of this about 5 years ago. I'm going to post a link in the description. I rewatched this case just to get a refresher, and everything. I can't recall if I said it in the Unsolved Mysteries commentary, but the one thing that I will go on record and say right now is when you watch the video, either as the Unsolved Mysteries commentary that I did or the raw video on YouTube, which I will also put the link in the description, I want to go on record and say I listened to her husband Stephen give his alibi. He talked about it. It sounded so rehearsed. It sounded so rehearsed, like he knew what he was going to say, and he was talking. It wasn't like he was really talking from the heart. It literally felt like he was just reading off bullet points. Like, this time I went to the donut store to get some donuts. This time I made a phone call. This time I went to a windshield repair business. It isn't like he was actually trying to convey emotions or anything. It was just like he was just reading off bullet points. And that is one of the reasons I think this guy is fucking guilty. But ultimately, it's not up to me. It's up to you. You are the one that's going to be here reading this along with me. And you are going to be the one that, has, that develops your own opinion. At 8:15 a.m. that morning, Stephen called his mother-in-law, Maria Serrato, and asked her to go to the Geri home to help Marilu prepare for a lunchtime party. After hanging up the phone, Maria called Marilu. However, she did not answer. Now, let's see here. I'm just going to mark this as a placeholder. Hold on. Now that I'm thinking about it, isn't it kind of suspicious that he called the mother-in-law to basically go to the house? To me, as I'm reading this right now, it literally feels like he kind of literally wanted her to go to the house to see the dead body. That way she could say, "Oh, I was talking to Stephen on the phone." And that would build his alibi. That's just my opinion, though. What do you guys think? This concerned Maria because she believed that Marilu was already up and preparing for the party. She decided to drive to the Geri home. When she arrived, she knocked on the back door and received no answer. She went to the front door and found it ajar. This was strange because Marilu always left the door locked. In the bedroom, Maria found her daughter's body. It was clear to her that she was dead. And the more that I'm reading this right now, I just can't help but think that Stephen kind of directed her to the house to get this entire ball rolling, basically. That's just my theory. I think he did it. The only question is, why did she go to the back door instead of going to the front door? I don't know that, but yeah. At 10:30 a.m., the paramedics tried to revive Marilu, attempting to restart her heart with an injection. It must have been of adrenaline. However, she was already dead. The procedure made it impossible to determine the exact time of death. It was determined that she had been shot 4 times with 2 different guns, a 308 or 380 and a 22. There was no signs of a gun in the house, nor were there any physical signs of a break-in in the bedroom. Her jewelry box was open. It appeared that she laid out jewelry to wear. Her family does not believe that the motive for the murder was robbery, since jewelry and other expensive items were not taken. Stephen disagreed about the motive. He claimed that several items were stolen from the house. Specifically, he stated that $25,000 to $40,000 worth of jewelry was stolen. Fur coats and other valuables were stolen, according to him. However, Marilu's family claimed that there were many valuables in the house and nothing was disturbed. They believed that her death was a well-planned crime. I kind of agree. Normally, robberies are done quickly, in my opinion, because they want to go in and grab something and get out before the police have a chance to get there. I could not honestly imagine people breaking into the house and be like, "Okay, we just broke the goddamn door in. We broke the goddamn door in. This place has a security alarm. So we have like only mere minutes at the most to get something. Okay, let's go up to the coat closet and see if they have any valuable fur coats." Fuck no. They're not going to do that. They're going to break in the door, run in. They know they probably have like 2 to 3 minutes before the police start arriving, and they're like, "Okay, get the Nintendo Entertainment System. Get the stereo system. Get those VHS tapes." Because this was the 1980s, of course. They are going to go and try to grab the most expensive thing that is closest to the entryway. They're not going to go running around the house trying, "Oh, goddamn, where's this fucking coat closet? Where's the coat closet at? Where's the coat closet at?" They're not going to do that. They're just going to want to go grab whatever. Like, for example, say somebody broke into my house, and and I had this really expensive USB-C cord right here. It's real expensive, ladies and gentlemen. It's not. But this real expensive USB, they're just going to see that. Get out. Unless if it is a hit job, which I think it was. I think this was a hit that was, that the husband placed. I just don't see criminals going to break into a house that has an alarm system, because I think they're going to mention in the video if I remember correctly. Sorry about that. I'm on vacation right now, so my phone is going off. Hold on, let me just mute my phone. I am so sorry about that. I'm very unprofessional. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. There you go. I apologize. So what I was saying was, I think that they have, I think the house had an alarm. So the people who broke into the house would not have that long to do what they need to do. If this was a hit, they're going to get into that house, go to the bedroom, because the husband probably told them about the blueprint of the house. Wham, bam, wham, bam, she's done, and they get the fuck out, Marilu and Stephen had been married for 3 years. He was an insurance agent and she worked for him. The couple went on vacation to Hawaii and Europe. They appeared to be living the good life. He claimed that their relationship was exciting and fulfilling. I remember when he said that in the video, and it just sounded so goddamn fake. Honestly, everything this guy actually said fucking sounded fake. It sounded fake. I'm not lying. Watch the goddamn video. If anything, don't watch the commentary video. If you don't want to hear my thoughts about it, go watch the raw video on YouTube, which like I said, I'll put the link. Listen to the way the guy talks. He sounds like he is the most insincere piece of shit around. However, her family claimed that the marriage was torment. Her mother claimed that during the last 2 years of the marriage, she constantly cried about the relationship. Her mother also claimed that the couple constantly fought over money. As Marilu's husband... As Marilu's... Please... Okay. As Marilu's husband, police naturally viewed Stephen as a possible suspect, like I said in the beginning. They requested permission to inspect his handguns. A ballistics report proved that his guns were not used in the shooting. He also gave police a detailed account of his movements in the morning of the murder. Normally, he worked in his office at home in the early morning. However, on the day of the murder, he changed his routine. Gee, I wonder why he changed his routine. I can't understand why he would change his routine. Could it be that maybe he had something planned? Okay, but going back to the whole issue with the ballistics report or the guns and all that shit, yeah, they may have not found the guns, but what's there to say that he didn't actually have the guns and then he just got rid of the guns? You know, like, it may just be me, but he could have had the guns or could have given the hitman the guns and they got, you know, just because the guns were not there at the house doesn't mean like the guy's innocent. Okay. Stephen claimed that he woke up around 5 a.m. and went upstairs to do some work. When he left around 6:25 or 6:30, Marilu was still in bed. He told her that he would call her at 7. He was certain that the security system, which I thought I was correct, was on when he left. He claimed that he went to 7-Eleven to get a cup of coffee. He then went to the post office to pick up their mail. After that, he went to a donut shop and picked up donuts. He then went to Precision Glass and talked to the owner, Don Richardson, for a few minutes. As he was about to leave, he realized that he didn't call Marilu. How do you forget that you were supposed to call your wife? Anyway, he went back and called her from the reception's desk at 7:30. Well, I can tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you right now that if this happened in 2025, you wouldn't need to go back into the reception's desk because we all have cell phones nowadays. See. Wait, hold on. According to him, she was awake and busy getting ready for the party. From 7:30 to 10:06, when Marilu's body was found, he was often in the company of witnesses who corroborated his alibi. And I'm not saying that I'm not saying that he was not there, that he was not at those places. Clearly, he was, because that Don Richardson talked to him, and the police would have had to talk to him. He was around people. I'm not debating that at all. I think he hired people to kill his wife. I think that's what happened. If Marilu's mother is to be believed, the marriage was fucking hell for Marilu. It was fucking hell. They were fighting. They were arguing. It sounds like it was just a horrible time for her. But yeah, I'm not saying that the guy didn't kill her. I'm saying he hired people to kill her. Marilu's parents hired private investigator Bill Elliott to examine Stephen's alibi in detail. He interviewed witnesses who stated that Stephen normally did not leave the house until around 9 or 10 a.m. We have a guy who leaves around 9 or 10 a.m. normally, and however, this time he leaves several hours earlier. Yeah, that seems to be a little bit weird if you ask me. It seems suspicious that Stephen would change his routine on the same morning that his wife was murdered. That's some good logic right there, ladies, and good reasoning right there. Yeah, I agree with that. It was also discovered that his first stop was just 2 blocks from the dry home. Although the drive would normally take about 5 minutes, he did not arrive until about 7 a.m. This is almost a half hour after he supposedly left home. Elliot believes that he spent this time disposing of evidence. It could have happened. Like I said, just because they did not find the guns in the house did not mean that he did not own the guns. And if he had that much time, I don't really know that much about guns, but I do know when you fire a gun, there's like gun residue on your hands, you know. He could have used that extra time to just fucking scrub his hands like a fucking madman. Just like scrub, you know, just scrubbing his hands like a fucking psychopath to get rid of all the evidence. Okay. Strangely, the day after the murder, Stephen went back to the places he had been on the morning of the murder and reminded the witnesses that he had been there. Oh yeah, this isn't suspicious at all. Hey, my wife was just killed. Yeah, my wife was just killed. Can you, when the police come in to talk to you because I put you down as an alibi, could you remember and tell them, oh yeah, he was there talking to me? Why the fuck would you do this, Steven? This makes you look guilty as fuck. Not that you're already not guilty as fuck because you act like a fucking robot when you talk about your wife. But this here basically makes you look guilty as shit. See here. He also apparently asked for receipts from these places, including the donut shop. Yeah, I came in yesterday. I bought a glazed donut hole. Can I get a receipt? My wife was just killed, and I want to show that I was here. Yeah, yes. Can you please write down that I bought 3 maple bars, 5 chocolate bars, 3 apple fritters, and a partridge in a pear tree. Can you please write that all down and sign it? Okay. Unfortunately, the evidence regarding the time of death is clouded because the paramedics attempt to resuscitate Marilu. Her time of death is questionable. Therefore, insurance investigators were unable to determine if Stephen's alibi was legitimate. 2 years prior to the murder, Stephen purchased life insurance policies on himself and Marilu. Each policy was a total of $435,000. And there we go right now, ladies and gentlemen. I think we have the smoking gun right here, if you ask me. I think we have the smoking gun. I think that it was life insurance. Police officers will always say that crimes are always kind of boiled down to either drugs, sex, or money. $435,000 is not chump change, ladies and gentlemen. It's not. Seems like we got something right here, if you ask me. According to Elliot, Stephen was known to be a big spender and liked to live the high life. However, his income was apparently unable to support his lifestyle. An insurance investigator also discovered that over $125,000 of hard cash judgments that Stephen had against himself. This led some to believe that he killed Marilu for the insurance money. The fuck you say? 10 months out, bit my tongue. Ow. 10 months after the murder, Stephen filed to collect the $435,000 life insurance policy. Outraged, Marilu's parents went to court to prevent him from collecting the money. I don't blame them. They claimed that he was the cause of Marilu's death. They intended to prove it in court. Stephen, however, believed that the Serratos wanted the money for themselves. Oh, dude, you just made your deceased wife's family just even more pissed. You know, that is a fucking scummy shit. Let's get this straight, ladies and gentlemen. He is trying to make it sound like that they wanted to profit off of their daughter's death. This guy is fucking scummy. Fucking scummy. Let's see here. Just as the trial began, an out-of-court settlement was reached between Stephen and the Serratos. However, it is not known which side requested the settlement. Both sides claimed that the other made the request. The court documents cannot reveal who ordered the settlement, as the judge ordered the records sealed for 2 years. Okay, so keep this in mind. For 2 years, this was in 86, so let's say 89 at the latest, depending on, months and everything. So I cannot wait to see if there's an update about this. Anyway. After Marilu was buried, her headstone was smeared with mud and vandalized. It was later stolen. Her headstone was later replaced. It now reads Marilu Serrato. Her family hopes that the case will one day be resolved. Stephen maintains his innocence. Oh, I'm sure he does. I'm fucking sure that he continues to maintain his innocence. The motherfucker got $425,000. You think he's going to take that money and go, yeah, I plays a hit out on my wife. That lady was a fucking bitch. No, he's not going to do that because he got the money. And if he actually went out there and actually admitted to killing her, I'm pretty sure that in Houston or in Texas, there is no, I'm pretty sure in the entire United States, there is no statute of limitations when it comes to murder. Let's see here. Okay, so we are now at suspects. Ah, crap. Stephen Shirai remains a person of interest in Marilu's murder. Her parents are convinced that he is responsible. There was no evidence of a break-in, but there was conflicting reports on whether anything was stolen from the home. Her family claims that their marriage was troubled and that they often fought over money. He had taken $435,000. Oh, I thought it was 425. So I said 425. My apologies. $435,000 insurance policy out on her prior to her death. He had money problems. Her family believes that he killed her for the insurance money. Stephen's routine on the morning of the murder was significantly different from his normal routine. Gee, I wonder why. He went to several different places that morning. The next day, he returned to those places and reminded witnesses that he was there before. Hey. Yeah, I came in. I bought 13 French crullers and a cup of coffee. Do you remember seeing me yesterday? God damn, what an idiot. Stephen's guns were tested and none of them were determined to have been used in the murder. It doesn't mean that he didn't buy guns previously or he... the guns were tested and none of them were determined to have been used in the murder. Police hope to find more information about the two weapons that were used. The weapons were .380 caliber and a .22 caliber pistol. Extra notes. This case originally aired on the 21st, 1988 episode. Results. Unsolved. In 2018, a $20,000 reward was offered for information leading to the resolution of Marilu's case. Sadly, Marilu's father, Miguel, has since passed away. Her mother and siblings are still searching for the answers. the sad thing is, ladies and gentlemen, if you watch the case, you can get the feeling that the person responsible is literally talking to the camera. You know, he's literally talking to the camera, but because there's not enough evidence, they cannot do anything. And that's ultimately what just upsets me. Is you can just look at a person and you can get that feeling that that person is fucking guilty. But the court system just doesn't work on feelings and all that. It needs evidence. Okay, so I already preloaded the Marilu Dry or Marilu Gerato or Dry or Serato, sorry, case. So, or from the Find a Grave. So let's take a quick look at that, ladies and gentlemen. So Marilu Serato, date of birth was September 10th, 1952, in Brownsville, Cameron County, Texas, USA. The date of death was February 14th, 1986. Location was Sugar Land, Fort Bend County, Texas, USA. Burial was at Forest Park Westheimer Cemetery, located in Houston, Harris County, Texas, USA. And then it has a memorial ID. Here are some pictures. She actually looks like a lovely lady. Here is her. God damn. Get that shit out of here. Are you trying to see a picture? Here's a fucking ad. Fuck off. Okay, here's a picture of her resting place. What was? Okay, it's just that one. Okay. And then here is another picture of. Seriously, I even got fucking pop-up blocker on, and this shit is still getting through. Here's another picture of Marilu. Like I said, she looks like a nice lady. I cannot understand why somebody would want to kill her. View original. What is the view? Oh, it's just that. Okay. I cannot understand why somebody would want to kill her. She seems like a very nice lady. Okay, I see here. It says daughter of Miguel and Angel Serato and Maria Luisa Claudiano. Her given name at birth it was Maria de la Luz Serato, but later changed to Marilu Serato. Marilu was married to Stephen Dry in 1982 due to circumstances of her death, as well as the vandalism of her original headstone. Marilu's family erected a new headstone under the maiden name, which she shares with her father. And then here we have for her parents, Miguel Angel Serato. I thought I said that he died in 2018. Well, let's go back. But does it say when he passed away? Oh, 2018 was when okay. Okay, so her father passed away. He was born in 1925 and he passed away 1992. That's about it. The sad outcome to a lady who by all looks, you know, she was very lucky. You know, she had, you know, she thought she married a person that she originally thought cared for her, only for her to find out that the man of her dreams possibly could have been a monster, and that he ended up possibly having her killed. You know, it's quite sad. And what's even worse is that this case has never been solved. It has been. Let's see here. Go back up here. Okay, she was murdered on February 14, 1986. So 86, 96, 96, 2006, 2006 to 2016. Almost 40 years. This lady has been murdered. That she was murdered. And the case has never been solved. And that's ultimately what is. I swear to God, I fucking muted that thing. that is what is ultimately kind of sad. It is that, it's been nearly 40 years, 39 years right now, it'll be 40 years next year. That long has passed and justice has never been served. It's just fucking sad. It's sad. But when I return, ladies and gentlemen, it will be with my final thoughts, so stay tuned and I'll be right back.
It's a touch of paradise. Konocti Harbor Inn on beautiful Clear Lake. A pleasant scenic drive through the wine country. Enjoy tennis, golf, swimming, and water sports of all kinds. Dine in the lakefront dining room and dance to live entertainment in the lounge. 2 people stay 4 days and 3 nights in deluxe accommodations for only $198 any Sunday through Thursday. Call toll-free for reservations. 1-800-862-4930.
Okay, we went through the, we went through the introduction. We went through the case information. I read the case to you. It is now time for the final thoughts. And overall, it's like I said it before. I think this guy's guilty. I think he's guilty. I think he devised possibly I'm not going to say that that no crime is perfect. There is always something there to slip the criminal up. But the way he has done it, it kind of almost made it almost impossible for them to get him. Hell, it's been over nearly 40 years. And if he is still alive, he's had 40 years. I swear to God. I even have this thing on Do Not Disturb. There. Just he's had almost 40 years of walking this earth, while the same amount of time his wife has been deceased. And that's why I like to do these type of videos. It's just to keep these cases in light, because a lot of criminals want their dirty deeds to go unnoticed. That way they can feel like that they can walk away, walk away and walk off into the sunset. But as long as these cases continue to be profiled and brought up, there's always a chance that people can remember something. And hopefully it just takes that one person out there to remember something. How many cases recently have been solved after 10 years, after 20 years, after 30 years? It does happen. It's rare, but it does happen. And maybe one of these days, this case will be solved, basically. But that is it. That is it for this case. Next time on Black Site Files from Unsolved Mysteries, I present to you the case of Dolores Valadez. I do not really recall that much exactly about this case. If I remember correctly, I think this is a case about a girl a person who was, I think she may have been found on a doorstep. I'm going to have to rewatch the video before I do this installment. But I think she's found on a doorstep, and she's trying to find her birth parents. And the person that adopted her, I guess, I think she treated Dolores very poorly. And that ultimately Dolores feels that her adopted mother, I think she may have already passed away, but I think she thinks that her adopted mother knew who her actual birth parents were. And we will find out more about that on the next installment of Black Site Files from Unsolved Mysteries. But I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who has taken the time to watch this video. It means a lot to me. And I hope that you learned something about this case also. As always, if you like what you watch, which I hope that you did, feel free to leave a comment. You can always click on that subscribe button. You can click on the follow button if you're watching on Facebook. And I will see you next time. My name is Jeff, aka GCurse. Wishing you all a great day and stay safe, everybody. Peace out.
Triumph is ours!
The battle of wizards and warriors continues with iron swords. Malkil will take on the shape of the earth, wind, water, and fire.
The fate of the world is in your hands!
Get Iron Sword for your Nintendo Entertainment System from Acclaim.